Okay, so welcome to the November meeting of the Jaffna Club. So the agenda, welcome address by me, which never takes more than 3 minutes. And then our speakers are from SLIIT Northern Uni, which is quite a new establishment. Our speakers will tell us more. So we have Dr. Gobithas, Tharmarajah, the CEO of Northern Uni, Professor Balasunderam, who is on sabbatical from Jaffna University, 2-year sabbatical, and he's building the business school at Northern Uni. And Rajan Bala, who emigrated as a young man to Canada and then moved to California, Silicon Valley, and he built a career there. And now he has decided to spend 4 or 5 years back in the North to give back to the North. So I will, for the purpose of people who've never been at one of our meetings, and also the people who watch the recording, more people watch the recording than are actually physically present. Our objective, the club will facilitate, foster and support social intercourse and fellowship among its members. It will build a network of members and non-members that can work together to promote the economic development of the Northern Province. What is the club for? The club is a catalyst. And the reason I say it's a catalyst is the club doesn't plan to be more than a networking point. It's not going to grow. It's not going to build an empire. The club is a catalyst. It helps people like us connect with each other. And it helps people like us connect with Northern entrepreneurs and business opportunities. So in the last 4 years, we've had many entrepreneurs. We've had a previous governor of the Northern Province. I'll show you now a list of the people who've spoken, and I'll page through this fairly slowly. So people can see this, and again, on the recording when I circulate it. So we've had many CEOs, chief operating officers. Can I ask everyone to mute their phones, because I can hear someone talking. We've had young entrepreneurs. We had the governor, Tharmarajah, when he was governor here. Professor Tharmarajah is a senior educationalist. Professor Indrakumar is currently the dean of the Jaffna Medical Faculty. We've had lawyers, Asanga Gunawantsa and Mohan Balendra. Unicorn PIC was set up beginning of this year, ending their first year, bringing 120 young people into the IT industry. Last month, we had Miller Alexander from SenseMate. So SenseMate is a company that's doing amazing things, Internet of Things devices. So now we are ready to start with the Northern Uni presentation. Can I ask, Gobi, do you want to take over the screen?
Yes, I can share the screen.
Okay, so you can take it over.
Yeah, thank you. I think you need to stop this.
Okay, all right.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. So thank you, Jagan, for that brief introduction and uh, details about the previous meeting. And I mean, here with me, Professor Nimalathas from business faculty and Rajan from computing. So we are going to tell our story from the Northern Uni. So, I mean, if we look at the prospects of the north and east of this country, we have a huge potential, and we're going to show you what are the issues and how we can contribute and prosper together in this north and east provinces of this country. So if you look at the region, particularly in the north, we have an issue, which is a lack of investment from state as well as from the private sector. And also there are lack of employers to employ our youth in this region. So that kind of creates an emigration trend where people go out of the province in seek of employment elsewhere. And in a broader sense, the GDP of the North is one of the least in the country, which translates into, I mean, kind of a high level of poverty compared to other provinces. So we have a task to make this province and the North and East a prosperous one, and which can be achieved through developing skilled workforce as well as investing in employment opportunities. And also one of the biggest challenge we observe in the region is the soft skill development. If you look at the students, they lack a lot of soft skills like communication skills and other interpersonal skills. And also there's a need for financial assistance to aspiring marginalized students in the region compared to other provinces in this country, for example, Western province or other Southern province. And how Northern Uni is placing itself as an institution in the North. The purpose of the non-state university in the North is very evident because we have only University of Jaffna in the North, and also now we have a campus in Kilinochchi, which is an engineering faculty. And recently they started a Womania University as well. So, but if you look at Jaffna, which is the largest, largely populated district, we have University of Jaffna, where the number of graduates produced in the high employment sectors such as IT and technology and business are limited. So there we need a institution which can be very dynamic and can produce large number of graduates is essential. And also now in terms of the impact the Northern Uni creating in this region is within 1 year of starting the institution, we have about 330 students, which indicates that there is a growing demand and students are preferring to study in a non-state university in Jaffna rather than going to another institute or another university in the south. It depends. It's depending on the cultural aspects as well. So there is a factor that we need to consider. So as an institute, we are expecting to create 5,000 IT and BM graduates in the next 5 years, which is not a difficult task because since we are collaborating with SLIIT, and if you look at SLIIT in the past 25 years, it has created more than 60,000 alumni from SLIIT. So, I mean, 5,000 IT and BM graduates from Northern Uni is not a big task for us. So, I'll request Professor Rajan to discuss about the challenges. So we have the opportunity here, and also we have some challenges as well. So the challenges are evolving around this cycle. So Rajan, would you like to take over?
Yeah, thank you, Gobi. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Jagan, for giving us the chance to talk about what's going on in the North and East. Like you mentioned, my name is Rajan. Left Sri Lanka when I was 12. I'm back in Jaffna after 30 years to see if I can make an impact. We put together this little virtual cycle of how people, employment, industry investments, and state interconnected. And as part of all that, education stands in the middle. Dr. Gobi briefly touched on the people part, where, go back, Gobi. Gobi, go back one slide to the framework. Yeah, so on the people side, as Dr. Gobi mentioned, the people have been emigrating and going towards the south or leaving the country in search of employment. And part of the reason why they're emigrating and leaving is because there's lack of employment to make them stay put in the North and East. That essentially means that we don't have enough industries here to provide that employment, and we don't have enough people investments, whether it's state or private sector or the diaspora. Now, all that as a result of the, I guess, policies and structure available through the state governments, enabling them to foster economic development in the North, right? And although this virtuous cycle is going on, we need to start going in the direction of breaking that barrier. Gobi, your screen is overlapping. So now, education is the foundation of our culture, our society. Like I just remember, when I was living here during the war, every time there was a conflict or anything of that sort, we always ran into the bunker with, books. We were doing our homeworks in the book. So our society prioritizes on education. There are vocational training happening in the region, such as the YAL IT Hub or Jnanam Foundation or the Dhammika Pereira and such. And those are focusing on kids who are not pursuing an upper education, higher level education in the universities. Now, there's about 348,000 students in the island sitting for A-level examination. And especially in the North and East, there are about 20,000 students eligible to go to university. But guess what? There's only 4,000 students get admitted to the state universities. That leaves still more than 15,000 students a year struggling to get upper level education. Now, like Dr. Gobi said, impact of people like SLIIT and Northern Uni being in the region enables the remaining 15,000 more students to get possible a bachelor's degree, either in IT or business management. And you might ask, why IT and business management, right? The trend is the whole industry is pivoting more towards the technology evolution. And there are a lot of diaspora people and a lot of companies in the US and Canada and Europe have services companies who can easily offshore work to this region, right? So we want to make sure we're producing transferable knowledge that are impactful in the sector through information technology. And then the other is, which is, business management. We have a lot of young entrepreneurs. We have a lot of businesses in the region, but they don't have fundamental knowledge in managing a business or even to market a business or even promote their product. Like they don't even know how to sell the product. They know how to make a product. They don't know how to sell it. right? So we need that kind of education as a foundation to build, right? And then looking at the circles around, we need to have, infrastructure support from the community, either locally or in the diaspora, to take a bold bet and bring some employment opportunity to this region, right? Mr. Indy Pathmanathan took a bold bet and set up a private institute in the region just to fix that gap where, more than 15,000 students are either leaving the region to get private education in Colombo, or they're nowhere to be found. They're like, not getting anywhere in life, or they're struggling. So, that's the challenge we see. And in a nutshell, Gobi, can we go to the next slide, please? And opportunities, right? So opportunity means the 15,000 or kids, how do they get education access? Even if they choose to go to the South to get a private education, it's not affordable, right? One, you have to pay a premium on tuition fee. Two, you need to have to consider cost of living, right? So can we enable affordable education in the North and East? Second, are all the universities, whether it's public, state-run, or private, are the curriculum looking at the signal coming from the industry? Like, are we listening to the industry? Are we listening to possible businesses in the region? Are we fine-tuning the curriculum such that the product coming from the university or institute are skill ready when they enter labor force, right? Are we even getting them trained to get some exposure through internships? Second, capacity building. Silicon Valley is not built overnight. Silicon Valley is a journey by having bigger semiconductor companies putting bet on that region, right? Similarly, we need to start putting infrastructure, taking risk to build businesses in the region that long-term will pay out, retaining knowledge and capacity in the area. Now, when we do that investment and build, it organically fosters a local economy growth. One example, we have Northern Uni with about 330 students today, and just around the block, we have small shops started popping up. We have a cafe right next door. They sell juices, lemonades, coffee. The kids who are, like most of the kids, we have a canteen on site, they still walk over and have their fruit juices and shakes from that shop, right? And then there will be more hostel requirements. There are a good 30% of the kids are coming from out of town, right? They need a hostel need. If they're staying in a hostel, they need meals, right? Dinner, breakfast. They need transportation. If we are having 330 students coming to an institute from out of town, they might be transporting on a scooter or motorbike. They also need mechanical support. So that's going to create local economy in this region. Now, in order to do all that stuff, fundamentally, either locally, but predominantly, diaspora have to look into investing in this region. Okay, thanks, Gobi. Can we go to next slide? There, I think this is Professor Nimalathas or Dr. Gobi. You're on mute.
Unmute.
Yeah, I will discuss this, and then from the next slide, Professor Nimalathas can continue. So now, if you look at the strength of Northern Uni, we are part of SLIIT, and mainly the program and the curriculum that we offer here focus on employability. So our kids needs to get employed within 3 months. So if you look at the track record of SLIIT for the past 25 years, so 96% graduates got employed within 3 months. And these degree programs are recognized by UGC and also approved by MOE, Ministry of Education, and it evolves very quickly. That's the main aspect or an attractive aspect of SLIIT, is that because we are a non-state, not-for-profit organization, we have the freedom to change the curriculum to suit the growing industry demands. And also all the programs at SLIIT that we are offering here at Northern Uni prioritize internship, and mostly the internships are paid. So students get a little payment for the internship experience. What they gain over the 3 or 6 months internship is solidly a knowledge on their learning. And one of the main key feature that I can proudly say that the state-of-the-art facility that we have at Northern Uni. So this is nowhere less compared to the facilities that are available in Malabar or in any other universities, in the world. So state-of-the-art facilities and multi-site teaching is one of the new technology we use, where someone might be teaching in Malabar and the kids can listen from Jaffna, or when we teach from Jaffna, some kids can learn from Malabar. So those state-of-the-art facilities and strong teaching panel. You can see that we have Professor Nimalathas in here, and we have so many other staff from the south, from the Northern Uni, partners in Malabar and other universities. They come and participate, and we have research and university collaborations with say Bradford in Bradfordshire, University of Bradfordshire, and then Curtin University of Technology, Australia, and several other institutes in the US and Australia and UK. And also, SLIIT and the Northern Uni, we pay strong attention on staff development. So continuously we help staff to be updated about their knowledge and skills, and also we make sure the education is provided is relevant to the new generation. And also we have some sort of a support from Diaspora and industry, and also we seek greater participation of Diaspora as well as industry to strengthen the educational establishment here in Jaffna. So the next one is how you can contribute. So that is something I think Professor Nimalathas can help us to brief.
Thank you, Dr. Kobe, and very good evening, everyone. And I thank Mr. Jagan Arulaya for giving this valuable opportunity to share our views of the Northern Uni. There's Northern Uni in the Jaffna Northern Province, covering the programs such as business management, IT-related courses. In the business management, I'm a Professor Nimalathas, former Dean of the Faculty of Management Studies and University of Jaffna. And now I got an opportunity to serve as this great universities, Northern Uni, as a head professor and head of business. So the aim of this discussions, which Northern Uni offers business management, is a 4-year degree program covering Bachelor of Business Administration, Accounting and Finance, Bachelor of Business Administration, Business Analytics, Bachelor of Business Administration in Marketing. And also we have top-up degrees, UOB programs. Those who are having, they can follow courses here, and next that 1 year or 1.5 2 years, they may go for the UK degree program and get to know that. So our intentions, how you as diaspora or you have a professional, how you can contribute to our journey. So normally in the Jaffna and northern part, we have a traditional academic cultures. So in this case, as you are the elder people, professionals, you can give the awareness to our people, those who are not selected state universities, and don't waste their time, their energy. So immediately they can come and join for getting the degree from the SLIIT Northern Uni in the Jaffna. So in this case, we are asking from your side to invest or start business in the region, because we need you like people, because our curriculum is covering internship program. We need some industrialist to commence their business or maybe start their business, to send our students for getting practical knowledge as well as practical exposure. On the other hand, not only Jaffna or Northern or Sri Lanka, the Northern Uni aims to involve the program. We have idea to send our students also to North instead of India or China. So basically, this is a contribution from your side can develop. And remote internships. So basically, students, they may study here, they can go for work UK or Singapore, and even our SLIIT, some of the students in the Malawi, they are going to go have internship in Singapore, Dubai. Like that, students can get foreign exposure while they are studying degree programs. And we are asking from your side the sponsors, because in the our thirsty of the Jaffna or Northern, even North and East, even up countries, Central Province, so education. Education is the backbone of each and every society. Education only they can uplift their livelihood, even their day-to-day operation. In this case, there are marginalized students we have. So if you sponsor one student, you and take India program, he or she can able to complete their degree program, and it may help to them to uplift their livelihood or in the life. Also, I think we have a loan scheme, or you can have a loan and send some money to the students to give it to them, or you can support to Northern Uni. We have just loan. So you can contribute some of the money to our loan system. Even the students can get the loan. Once they complete, they can return back to them. Like that, we are expecting from the sponsor for marginalized students or loan facilities, which help students undertake their degree programs and enable business opportunities. Normally, we have business industries like KKS, Parandan Chemicals, even glass factories near Valley. But unfortunately, because of this ethnical conflicts, there is no business like that. So we are expecting from your side comments, any opportunities, or maybe any feasibility studies. It helps to our students get to know practical and exposures. And mentor, sometimes you have the expertise, or maybe interest. So sometimes you can give your exposure to our student as a mentor, or coming to conduct the lectures, or even knowledge sharing, maybe any learn from leaders or CEO forum or anything, because we need our student should be a leader of the society or country, like that. In this case, or maybe now ultimate purpose of the Northern Uni to promote business leaders or entrepreneurs in the region to start a business. Now, but we are expecting from our students not to seeking the opportunity, but create the job. So we are promoting our students to create the job. Once they create the job, they may give more jobs. Like our chairman, Mr. Indy Pathmanathan, was born in the Manipai and went to Canada. Now have branches in the industry. Now he has an idea behind that, the Northern Uni. So in this case, we are expecting from your side to get knowledge sharing, or maybe CEO forum, or leaders, or maybe you will be one of the person will be a role model of our students, because they may think we should bring some leaders, entrepreneurs, well-known entrepreneurs in the world to be a student should like that. So this is the way we are expecting from your side, and also create awareness about opportunities. It's a Northern Uni. Normally, we understand Jaffna district. If you take Jaffna district, there are 160 students. They may go for any 17 universities within the country. So now our intention, 161 to maybe 400 or 500. We had to contribute, or we had to give the support to get the degree in the non-state university. The purpose of the Northern Uni is to establish, give quality of educations. Then students can learn from theories, principles, concept, and also exposure while we create this opportunity to them. So we are expecting from you, please create awareness to your neighbors, those who are in the Jaffna or northern, or maybe in the eastern, or maybe in the central province, or sometime you may have the siblings or your relations. Kindly give the awareness from your word of mouth, so it will reach Northern Uni in their mind, get degree from us. So this is the opportunity I contribute, discuss with this Northern Uni part. Thank you very much. Over to you, Dr. Kobi, sir. Mic unmute.
Now, in terms of what we have achieved over the 1 year, it's quite a big mileage. And say, I mean, you would have seen recently there's a notice circulating about Northern Uni SET. The idea of your Northern Uni SET is to build a communication satellite in partnership with Space Kids India, and also in collaboration with ISRO, to launch a small communication satellite that would be built by university students selected from all the universities and Northern Uni in Sri Lanka. And also this program aims to take 50 school kids from every province in this country to witness the launching of the satellite. So this is a great opportunity that Northern Uni, SLIIT Northern Uni is creating for our high school students and also university students. In addition to that, we have made several initiatives, such as, we conducted for last 2 years, Manage First, a competition among school children, and it's basically a quiz competition, and then we create awareness about participating in teams and working with other members of their class in forming a group and contesting in a quiz and winning prizes. So the aim of the program is to engage our school kids into this sort of competitions. And then we are planning to launch next year Tech Extreme and IT coding competition among the school children and university students. And also we have carried out several CSR projects in Jaffna, as well as in a few of the islands in the country. Offshore islands in Jaffna. And we have contributed to AL exam preparation, school workshops. So being a non-state institution in the north, in addition to providing educational opportunities for the children, we also help them to excel in their soft skills and other extracurricular activities and become responsible citizens. So with a little bit of a cultural identity. So we have we conduct several events in the north and also engage students and participate in cultural activities, sports events, and also CSR events. In a broader sense, as an institute, we are here to enrich the lives of the people of the northern province as well as the eastern province, and also we would like to go to the central province and bring those students here to study at Northern Uni. So I mean, maybe some of you may be aware that, say, SLIIT as an institute kind of helped the IT industry to grow in this country. So if you look at the IT workforce, around 60% of the IT workforce are some way or other graduates of SLIIT. And the IT industry is the 4th largest export revenue earner in the country. And we would like to replicate the same here in the northern province. So as we produce large number of skillful graduates in the region, then definitely the industries will come and the industries will employ them, and the broader economy will grow, and the prosperity can be achieved. So education is one of the key weapons in improving the lives of the people. And we all agree that, and we have been one of the beneficiary of those education. So this is our story. And like what happens in Tamil Nadu, as we produce more and more skilled people, more and more industries will come in this region. So we are doing that part of producing high quality graduates in IT and business management, and we may venture into other areas where the region and the country needs quality graduates. So that's our story, and we are open to answer any of your questions if you have. Thank you, Jagan.
Yes, thank you all three of you. It's very interesting. One immediate question. So, Dr. Gobi,
Yes.
you said 60% of the IT workforce in Sri Lanka has come through SLIIT. Really?
Yes. Yes.
Amazing. Amazing.
Because now, for example, if you look at the state universities, they have the limitation in producing number of graduates. I mean, in 1999, University of Morocco was producing 50 computer science graduates, and all the state universities together were producing 150 IT graduates. And at the time, SLIIT enrolled 300 students for a batch, and the second batch was 1,000 students. So on average, we are producing 1,500 to 2,000 graduates a year on IT only. So that's how we contributed to this IT industry.
That's just amazing. That's fantastic. Can I ask the audience if you have a question? Because one of the things that I know is it's very good getting new graduates. But how do we get experience? So what experience means is bringing back people. So like Rajan, getting people like him, people like me coming back. How do we do that? Because companies need experienced people.
I mean, I'll take a swing at it. I know, Jagan, last time I met, I was kind of entertaining this idea of a workcation. You know, people come back to the country more on a vacation, but while they're here, you know, even a simple visit to the university and sharing your knowledge, that will tinkle the kids, you know, brain to do something. I know, like, I've been coming here since 2011 every 6 months. Whenever I meet these young kids, when I share my entrepreneurial journey or my corporate experience, they get ideas sparked, right? They come and, you know, suck knowledge more like a sponge. They've been doing that, and I think if we empower, like there are a lot of our diaspora people being outside the country for more than 30, 40 years, and they're probably in the verge of retiring, right? Maybe they can share their retirement partly in Sri Lanka and contribute to these kids. Or the other is like maybe spend a couple hours a month or a week doing virtual mentorship or knowledge sharing. You know, one example is Mr. Mohan Markandeya from Toronto, managing director of a VC firm called Good News Ventures. He tells me, you know, his 1 hour with Jaffna kids every Sunday is the most, you know, refreshing to him than working 7 days a week at his company, because he made something more, you know, satisfying on that weekend. So if there's a way we can get some of these diaspora people to contribute, like, we're not looking for money, right? Share your knowledge. So that could work. The other is, you know, having an executive assistant or doing like payroll processing in the Western world or Europe, it's costly. You can easily get similar quality of work here for fraction of it. Maybe outsource some of that job in this area, and it could be done by, I don't know, third year, fourth year BM or IT student who's a bit more capable.
Yeah.
So that's just my quick take on it, but I would love to hear from Dr. Gobi and Professor Nimalathas as well.
Well, I can add another story or kind of experience that we see. Now, there are a lot of highly skilled and people from Singapore and Australia are nowadays opening up branches in Sri Lanka. To my knowledge, few of my friends have come from Singapore, and they have an office in Jaffna where they hire engineering graduates to do some of the work that they bring from Singapore. So, I mean, when we produce good quality graduates in Jaffna, when that is there, I think more and more such people would love to come here and establish an office, and then carry out some of the work as an offshore center in Jaffna. In return, I think they would contribute more and more to these institutions and also to the region as they visit, let's say, even 3 to 6 months a year in Jaffna, and then that's a great achievement, I think, in a broader sense. I know that the similar way it's happening in the south, so why can't it happen in Jaffna? So I think there's a great prospects in the region if we make sure that there are enough skilled workforce in the region.
Yeah, because it's a question that I'll ask the professor. Why isn't it happening in the north? But before I ask that question, why aren't people? What is it that's stopping the diaspora coming to invest here, coming to open offices? But before I ask that question, Vasi's got his hand up. So Vasi.
Okay. My question is
Vasi, it's a very bad line.
Studying in, can they afford to study? That's my first part of the question. If they can't afford, if someone from over, then I'll give a miss. I'll give a miss, Rajan, if the line is not clear.
Yeah, okay, but I think I got part of your question.
Can I repeat the question again?
Yeah, try it again.
Okay, my question is the students who are studying in SLIIT, can they afford to pay their fees? And if they can't afford, can diaspora people give a scholarship for them to study? I believe most of the people who live in the north are people who can't go overseas or fund themselves for people in poverty lines. I may be wrong, so correct me if you can.
Maybe I can take that question. We do have a lot of students who can't afford to achieve a private degree. Part of the reason, why students are competing to get into the state university, one is financial challenge. Like even at Northern Uni, the chairman, Mr. Indy Pathmanathan, has created a trust fund called YES Fund, which is Y'all Education Support Fund. He just put his own money into a fixed deposit, and he's drawing that from that pool of money to give these kids who are unable to get the support, financial support. We have a good 17 students getting that loan assistance through that program. So imagine out of 300, about 17 students are below poverty line and aspiring to get a degree. And then the other is we have kids who are toppers, like district toppers. We have a girl from Klinochi district, became district topper, I think second place, who had a chance to go study at University of Moratuwa. Her own family convinced her to go and study at SLIIT Northern Uni, taking advantage of that scholarship. So we have those examples. And a third example, I would not disclose the donor, but we have a Canadian donor fully sponsoring a kid who couldn't afford to study at a private institute. They're just taking care of the whole cost. So I think I bit and pieces answered your question. And then yes, there's an opportunity for diaspora people to either identify a kid who is aspiring to get a degree and sponsor them through the degree program, or maybe contribute to the trust fund that Mr. Indy has set, and then you can explicitly say, hey, this student that I know is below poverty line. I'm going to contribute to your trust fund, help them go through the school, right? So that mechanism is there, but we need to see more people leveraging that to help.
So how much to fund a child? How much is that?
Good question. So, again, there's a premium in terms of tuition fee to study in Mala Bay, but the chairman is intentionally reduced the cost of tuition fee by at least 30 to 40,000 rupees a semester. It comes about closer to 290,000 rupees a semester, and then multiply that by 8 for 4-year degree program. Now you have to also think about not just the tuition fee, right? You have to also think about cost of living if a kid has to go study in Colombo versus studying in here. That you're at the comfort of your own home, you're just a commute away.
So one method, if I understand you correctly, is that someone can put 290,000 into the Yes Fund, and that's given as a loan to the student.
Right.
And then how does the student pay it back? When does the student pay it back?
So if we structure it as a loan, then the student will have to start paying it at least 3 months after graduation.
And then what's the term? Is it paid back in
5-year term? So currently it's a 5-year term. And then you have to also think about not just paying after graduation, like, our putting priority on getting these kids into internships, right? The most senior batch in the 3rd year first semester, they're all 90% internship placement in Jaffna region. And we made sure the companies hiring them are competitive in terms of a salary to Colombo. So that's also another, carrot to tell the kids, hey, you're going to make the same money you would make in Colombo. Why not make it here? And that money should enable them to start paying back if they choose to. And the beauty of the degree program at SLIIT and Northern Uni is as soon as the kids get to 3rd year, they have the option of working internship through the weekdays until they graduate, and then they go full-time education on weekends, Saturday, Sunday classes. So that will enable them to continue making money through a 3rd and 4th year, and possibly when they graduate, they secure a full-time job with that employer. And so there's a pathway in either case. Hope that
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that answer. Thank you. Very good answer. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, who is that?
I'm Sivakumaran from Australia.
Okay,
I just wanted to know that are you all planning to start the biotechnology course or some other job-oriented courses in your institution?
So we have diploma and certificate programs, mostly IT related. And some of the diploma programs that we offer today are for like, MEd, PG Ed for like teachers. We will soon be starting a certificate in artificial intelligence, which is not yet promoted, but it's in the works. So mostly, what's trending in the industry, and then let either, existing students or professionals in the industry would like to upskill, they can choose to get these certificate programs done.
What about the English language or communication or communicative
so-
English degree program in your
So
university?
today, Northern Uni here does not have anything on the English major or communication line of degrees, but Malabe does. But what we offer to our kids is, as part of their degree program, we teach them communication skills, which is like English, presentation skills, report writing, etc. In addition to that, we leverage people in the region who are British Council certified to come and teach them soft skills and interpersonal skills.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And also the Northern Uni is having personal professional development. So while you are coming the student in the university, we train them to make personal in the passion, how they may deal with the teamwork, eye contact, body language, how they are doing while they are doing presentation. Also, this on the other hand, this university is going to train the students soft skills development, career guidance, and that CV writings. This is the one kind of CSR community reach activity from the Northern Uni to India community of the Jaffna as well as Northern.
So in future, you'll become an independent university offering different courses, independent from SLIIT. That's your future plan.
That's correct. The long-term plan is to keep, layering on other faculties and degree programs, but we, intentionally chose these 2 degree programs because that's where the need is in the area.
Because it was told that there will be a private medical colleges will be given permission to start, and in future that we can see that Northern Uni also may be starting a medical school in Jaffna.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, Gowrie, I think you have your hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to clarify on the cost of the fees. So it was 290,000 per semester, right? So 8 semesters. So the total cost of a student following a 4-year program would be 290 into 8.
Yeah, roughly
correct?
24 lakhs.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And just to add one point to this one, we are at the moment working on a mechanism, with the ministry. So if that goes through, then some of the students will be eligible for government loan scheme, and that will help hundreds of students to participate in this program through the government loan. It's again a loan given by government, and then they have to pay back after graduating. So that will happen very soon. So that's another opportunity that students will receive from, if they have, below some certain income level.
Just wanted to follow on what Dr. Gobi said. That loan is for people below a certain income, but imagine, if it's a 24 lakh degree program, but the government will only provide 8 lakhs of that loan. It's the university's responsibility to absorb the remaining cost. We can't ask any dime from the kid after that.
As an institute at SLIIT, there are hundreds of students studying. So it's a kind of corporate social responsibility of the institute to help these students to get the degree. We will have a similar arrangement here also in the future, but even we are looking for someone, if they can create an endowment fund, that can pay tuition or scholarships to some of those students who are from an underprivileged background. So that would be a great opportunity. They'll create a great opportunity for those students to get a degree, because for anyone coming from a economically lower background, I think education is the only opportunity for them to come up. whether it's me or anyone who have come up to the middle class level, that's possible. That was possible because of the education. So that's the opportunity the institute is creating.
Okay, I just have one question, and then unless someone has something urgent, then we'll wind up. In terms of the curriculum, are you in complete control of the curriculum, of your own curriculum, or is the government or UGC or somebody, do they have some input?
Yeah, I'll take the question about the curriculum. So the curriculum is, I mean, at the moment we are offering SLIIT curriculum here in Northern Uni. So at SLIIT, every 4 years we revise the curriculum, and the government, neither government nor ministry involved in the curriculum revision. So what they make sure is that our infrastructure is sufficient enough to deliver the program, and we are having a competent academic staff to conduct those programs, and they give quite a bit of freedom on choosing the right curriculum. Only the accrediting agencies, for example, IT degrees at SLIIT are accredited by IET UK. So they make sure some of those outcomes, the program outcomes, are matching with the relevant targets of their IET graduate members. So, I mean, we are quite flexible and
Yeah,
kind of,
because you said your curriculum. Now, 4 years ago, nobody had heard of AI. AI, or people, it was just science fiction. 2 years ago, AI appeared, and now it's blowing everybody's mind. So revising your curriculum every 4 years, I think you need to do it more often.
yeah, it's a major revision. So some of the minor revisions we can do every year. So that's flexibility. So some of those specializations we introduce like every year, and some of the core elements would stay for at least 4 years.
All right. Yeah.
And just to add, Jagan, the IT degree, if you're going to offer a new degree program, then it's going to revise every 4 years. But for example, our current IT degree, we are introducing specialization more frequently. We've been teaching data science specialization already here at Northern Uni today. And starting February, we'll enable AI specialization as well as part of the BSc. So those are more quick turn.
Okay, Vasi. So this will be the last question, and then we'll wind up. So Vasi.
Yeah. In regards to the AI course, how long will it take, and what will it cost to do that, please?
So the AI certification, we're going to have a tiered approach in terms of certifying. We'll have a beginner introduction to AI, a weekend course, 2 days full time, and then down the road, the intermediate one would be more like a 2-weekend type of course, and etc. We're structuring that now to offer it. But in terms of the degree program, AI specialization, that's part of the 4-year degree program, but your AI specific modules will be taught in second semester onwards.
Okay, thank you. So I'm going to wind up now because we're hitting the hour. So just to say thank you very much, gentlemen, from Northern University. Now, I know that you have big plans. You're planning a big campus. I'm looking forward to seeing when that happens. I think Northern Uni is a very rapidly moving, agile organism. And in a year's time, we won't recognize you. So that's very exciting. Just to say that the December Jaffna Club, as happens every year, will be the first week of January instead of the last week of December, because nobody's sober last week of December. So apart from that, I will now wind up. So as usual, I think here we have from London to Australia. I don't think we have anyone from the United States today. Do we? No. So I will say a good lunch and time for a drink here in Colombo, and good night to our Australian friends. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you
you
all.
for the opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
Great pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.